Hi everyone, hope you are well. Today is a yoga practice focused on wrists and shoulder blades, scapula, however you want to look at it. I'll probably be saying both throughout the practice. We're also going to be working on a balance pose and a new flow with Warrior 2 that we'll get through. And we'll follow that same flow throughout the month. It will actually, probably in the third week, I'm thinking we'll start working on the balance part of it as well. We won't get into that today, but it's a half moon pose, which is kind of fun, and we'll use the wall, which helps with the balance, so it should be fun. So anyway, today's practice, you'll need a couple of blocks, a strap, perhaps a bolster or blanket if you choose to sit at the beginning of practice and you want to raise your hips up just a bit. So I'm going to back up a bit and then we'll get started. So we're going to start in Hero's Pose, which is the tops of your feet are pressed into the mat, tops of your shins are pressed into the mat, knees are bent, and we're going to be here for a while. So if this is not comfortable, then grab a blanket or bolster and place that across your mat, and then sit with your legs crossed and place your hands on your thighs. If you want to be in the Hero's Pose, but you want a little bit more of a lift, you can take this bolster, sit with that. Your legs are going to be out just a little bit more, but you can sit on the bolster like that. So I'm going to do that today, just it's a little bit different as far as the pose goes. Kind of fun to do something different for myself as well. And then I want you to go ahead and just close your eyes. You can place your hands on your thighs. You can either have palms down, palms up, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then if it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And a full breath in, lengthening your spine, feeling your lungs expand, maybe noticing your belly inflate just a little bit. And each breath out, notice how your body just softens and relaxes naturally. And nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. And continue those nice long breaths. Feeling that expansion of your chest with each breath in. The softening of your body with each breath out. Feeling your lungs expand with that inhale. Maybe noticing your chest puff out just a little bit. Or maybe the sides of your body, feeling your lungs expand into the sides of your body. And maybe on that next inhale, noticing your lungs expand and it's moving your shoulder blades a bit when it does that. Outward a bit across your back. And then with your next exhale, notice how your shoulder blades move back as your lungs release that air. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. And just begin to notice the air as it's coming into your body. Feeling that air as it's coming in through your nostrils as you breathe in. Maybe feeling that air in the back of your throat. Again, noticing your lungs fill up and your belly inflate. And then we begin to trace that air as it leaves our body, starting with our belly, noticing our belly soften. Feeling that lightness in our lungs. Notice your shoulders melt away from your ears just a little bit. And then feel the warmth of that air as it comes back through your nostrils. And take one more deep breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and open your eyes. And you can choose to stay on your props. You can stay in that seated position, or you can stay in heroes. I'm going to remove my bolster for now and come and sit right into hero pose. So, in order to open up our shoulder blades, we're going to work on our wrists a little bit. I want to first make sure that our neck is nice and soft and it's open so that we've got, we don't have any restrictions going on. So go ahead and just tip your head over to the right so that your right ear comes towards your right shoulder. And then you can close your eyes if you'd like, and you can make small circles with your head just in that position. And then find some stillness and go in the opposite direction, making slow circles with your head. Very small, just to get a little bit of movement going on. And it's okay if you hear a little snap, crackle, pop going on. And then find some stillness. Bring your head back up to center. Tip your head down. Bring your chin down towards your chest, and then raise your chin across your chest like a big no, like you're saying no, shaking your head very slowly. And then come back to center, raise your head up, tilt your chin over towards your left shoulder. Make some circles with your head just to open up again the areas in that side of your neck. And then go in the opposite direction. And then find some stillness. Bring your head back to center. And then bring your chin down towards your chest. Take an inhale, bring your chin all the way back up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up and back. And one more time, exhale, forward. And inhale, just come back up to center. So we're going to tilt our right ear toward our right shoulder again. Take our right arm, place that right on top of the outside of the left side of our head toward our ear. So your fingertips are almost onto your left ear. And then make a fist with your left hand. Bring your arm down to your side and then lift it up just a bit from your side. And then slowly open your hand and bring your fingers up. And just enjoy that stretch just a little bit. Just breathe into that. bring your arm back down by your side. Release your right hand, place your hands down onto your thighs and bring your head back up to neutral. Tilt your chin down toward your chest. Again, graze your chin across your chest like a big no, very slowly. And then come back to center, lifting your head, tilting your left ear over to your left shoulder. Bring your left hand up and over to the right side of your head. Fingertips are right toward that right ear. Make a ball or a fist with your right hand, and then bring your right arm down by your right side. Lift it away from your body just a little bit, and then release that fist and bring your fingers up. And then just enjoy that stretch just a little bit. Just breathe into that. Inhale, bring that arm back down by your side. Release your hand from your head. Bring your head back up to neutral. On an exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, chin up toward the ceiling. Exhale, chin down toward your chest. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, up. Now we're going to get some movement into our shoulder blades. So come and bring your arms to a cactus shape. And on an exhale, you're going to bring your arms together. You'll notice your shoulder blades come apart. Tilt your head down. You can feel that little bit of a stretch. And then inhale, arms come all the way back as far as you can, bringing your shoulder blades together. Tilt your head up. Exhale, arms together, chin down. Inhale, arms apart, bringing your shoulder blades together, chin up. Exhale, arms together, chin down, bringing your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, squeezing those shoulder blades together as your arms come back, chin up. And then exhale, bring your hands back down toward your thighs. So we're gonna get out of this hero pose or your seated pose now. And I think we need to shake our legs out a little bit because we've been sitting in those positions for a little bit. So go ahead and just shake those legs out. Good. Wiggle those legs back and forth just a little bit. Good. All right. So now we're going to come and get a little bit of a stretch here, which will help with our shoulders. The more our shoulders are open, the more our shoulder blades are able to move up and down and open and back. So I'm going to take this strap and I'm going to turn my back toward you just for a minute. You raise your right hand up. Bring your arm all the way next to your ear. Bend at the elbow. Bring your hand down towards your back and then grab the other side of the strap with your left hand. So just get a nice little stretch to just create some traction between both arms. A little give and take with both. And just get that little bit of a stretch. So looking for that stretch just right here. That's where you should be feeling it. And just breathe into that. And then release those straps. Roll those shoulders out just a bit, rolling your shoulders back. Notice when you do that, your shoulder blades are coming together. And then roll your shoulders forward. Notice how your shoulder blades come up. Just a bit. Good. And we'll take that strap, hold it in our left hand, bring it behind us, bend at the elbow, bringing that left arm as close to your ear as you can, and then wiggle that right hand behind you. Grab that strap with that right hand. Again, create that traction in your arms so you can pull on that strap with your right hand just a bit. And again, nice deep breath in here. Full breath out. Just allowing those muscles to elongate just a bit, which will help with the mobility of your shoulders. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. One more deep inhale. And a full exhale, letting go of that strap. We'll set that aside just for a couple of minutes. Roll those shoulders out. And as you roll your shoulders out, just feel the movement in your shoulder blades as well. And then bring your shoulders forward. Good, nice. All right, so now we're gonna come and sit on our mat. Our knees are bent. We're going to get a little bit of a stretch in our wrists just to prepare us for when we get into tabletop. We'll be stretching them out a little bit more. So bring your fingertips as close to your bottom as you can, and then straighten your arms. Chest comes forward. Get a little bit of a stretch in those wrists, just a tiny bit. And then we're going to work on our abs just a little bit. So you can go ahead and relax those elbows, bend them just a tiny bit, rock back onto your sit bones just a little bit more, and lift your feet up. And this, if this is enough for your core muscles, great. You can stay right there. If you want a little bit more, you can straighten out your legs. And we'll be here for a little bit, so take a nice full deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more deep breath in. And a full breath out. Bend your knees, place your feet back onto the mat. Walk your hands away from your bottom just a little bit more. Straighten out those arms just to get a little bit more of a stretch. Good. And then fingertips away. Nice straight arms, a little bit more of a stretch. Nice full inhale and a full exhale. And then we'll grab our strap. Get a little bit of stretch in the back of our legs to prepare us for some standing poses that we'll be doing. So come and lay onto your back. And maybe before you do that, you might want to actually make a nice big loop with that strap. We'll use that for later. Right now, we just want the strap. So knees are bent on the mat. Lift your right foot up. Keep that knee nice and bent right now. And then lower that leg just a bit. Keep your hands toward your feet. Begin to straighten out that right leg. Keep those arms straight. Your shoulders and shoulder blades are relaxed onto the mat. Straighten your left leg out onto the mat. Keep those toes pointing toward you. Right toes are pointing toward you. And then bring that right leg up as far as is comfortable and where you're able to continue to keep that leg straight. And so we'll stay here for a few breaths. So nice deep breath in. Full breath out. And just relax into this pose for a while. Continue to focus on your breath. And grab both straps in your right hand. Left arm comes out to a T. Point your right toes out to the right to externally rotate your leg. And then drop your right leg out to the right. Keep your hips level. So if you're finding that you're tipping over when you do that, bring your leg back up. Anchor that left side of your body down. And then bring that right leg back down again. You can always use your left hand to press that into your hip if you want, or really press that left leg into that mat. Whatever you can do to keep those hips level. Again, left toes are coming in toward you, right toes coming in toward you. Take an inhale, raising that leg back up to center. Grab both straps in your left hand. Right arm comes out to a T. We're just going to bring that left leg over your midline. It's not a hip stretch, so your hip stretch should be coming all the way up. You're going to keep your pelvis on the floor and just want to get a little bit of a stretch on the outside of your leg. Take an inhale, bringing that leg back up to center. Bend that knee in towards your chest. Give that leg a nice big hug, and then let it go straight out onto the mat. Nice big stretch, arms up and over back behind you. Press your heels away from you. Exhale, bending your knees, placing your feet on the mat. Raise your left foot up. Place the strap on the ball of your left foot. Lower that leg just a little bit, straighten it out, bring those toes in towards you. Hands are on both straps. Arms are straight, shoulders are resting onto the mat. Straighten the right leg out, bringing those right toes in toward you, and then bring that left leg in toward you as much as is comfortable for a stretch. And just breathe into that. We'll be here for a little while. Nice deep breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out. Continue breathing here. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Left hand is now grabbing onto both straps. Left arm is out to a T. You're going to point your left toes out to the left just a bit, and then drop your leg over to the left. I'm going to open up my closet door a little bit, so let that happen. And then remember, keep those hips nice and level, so if you need to anchor that right side down, you can press your right hand on top of your hip, or right arm can come out to the side, whatever helps for you to keep your hips level. And then take a nice deep breath in, and a full breath out. Continue breathing here. On an inhale, raise that left leg back up to center. Grab both straps in your right hand. Left arm comes out to a T. And then just guide that left leg just over your midline, just to get that little bit of a stretch on the outside of your leg. Breathe. Take a nice inhale, bringing that leg back up to center. Bend that knee in towards your chest, release that strap. Set it over to the side for now. And then let that leg go nice and straight onto the mat. Inhale, arms all the way back behind you. Press your heels away from you. Exhale, bend your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice big hug. Rock from side to side, massaging out your back just a little bit. And then roll over towards your right side. Press yourself up. Cross your ankles. Begin to roll onto your knees. Walk your hands forward and come to tabletop. So nice neutral back. Knees are directly underneath your hips. Tops of the feet are pressed into the mat. So we're going to get a little bit of a stretch in our wrists here. I mean, you naturally get a stretch when your fingertips are pointing forward, but we're going to change that stretch just a little bit by bringing your fingertips pointing to the sides of the mat. And then we're just going to roll our body around just a little bit, just to get a little bit more movement into those wrists. Begin to build up some strength in different areas of your wrists as well. When you do that, anytime you've got any kind of weight into an area, you're automatically building some strength, some muscle. And then we're going to back toward our knees or our heels just a little bit, and then fingertips toward our knees. Get a little bit of a stretch here. You can come forward and back just to get that little bit more of a stretch as you come back. And it's okay if you lift your palms up just a little bit. And then we're going to walk our fingers back so that our fingertips are pointing toward the front of the mat. Coming to tabletop. Come back just a little bit towards your heels. Raise your fingers up. Separate them nice and wide. And then set those fingers down onto the mat. We're going to come to cat-cow. So we're going to come to cow first. So take an inhale, raising your tailbone up. Dropping your belly, raising your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Head and neck comes up. Exhale for cat, tailbone comes down. Round that back. Press into your hands to separate those shoulder blades. Head comes down and gazes back towards your legs. Inhale for cow. Tailbone's up, belly drops. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale for cat, tailbone's down, pressing into your hands. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Really press into them hands to separate those shoulder blades. One more round. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. And come back to our neutral back. And then take an inhale, raising your right arm up. And then thread that arm right behind your left. Bring your right ear down toward the mat. Right shoulder is onto the mat. And then take your left hand. It can rest right underneath your shoulder, or you can bring your arm and wrap it around your back. Get a nice stretch in that shoulder blade area, that shoulder. Take nice deep breath in, full breath out. Take your left hand, place that back underneath your left shoulder. On an inhale, you'll press your body up, raise your right arm up, looking up toward the ceiling, and then exhale, bring that hand back down onto the mat. On your next inhale, raise your left arm up, all the way up toward the ceiling, gazing up toward the ceiling for a spinal twist. And then exhale, thread that left arm behind your right. Left ear comes down, left shoulder comes down, and then you can take that right arm, wrap it around your back, creating a little bit more weight onto that left shoulder, opening up that shoulder blade, that shoulder just a little bit more. Nice deep breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out. Continue to breathe here. And take your right hand, place that underneath your right shoulder. On an inhale, you're going to press into that right hand, bringing your left arm all the way up. And exhale back to tabletop. We're going to come to puppy dog now. So we're going to walk our hands forward toward the front of the mat. Our knees are still stacked over our hips when we do this pose. You're going to come down in between your arms. Your ears are going to come right in between your arms. Your hips are up. And you're just going to get a nice little stretch right over here in your arm area, in that shoulder area. You'll notice that your shoulder blades come together a bit when you do that. It's perfectly fine. Then we're going to come forward into a plank position, and then we're going to come back and press back into downward dog. And then go ahead and pedal out those feet just a little bit. And then come forward onto your hands to come back to plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, come back to puppy dog. And then come forward again to plank. Press back to downward dog. Come back to plank, dropping your knees, untucking your toes, coming to puppy. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, push back to downward dog. And then walk your feet forward toward your hands. Taking an inhale for halfway lift. Exhale for a forward fold. We're going to bend our knees, rest our belly on tops of our knees, grab opposite elbows with our hands, and let our head just hang. For ragdoll. Take an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. And then exhale, arms back down by your sides. So I'm going to come in and face you for this. So you can see what we're doing. So you're going to have the blocks handy on either side of your feet so that you can grab them. Take an inhale, coming all the way up. And then an exhale, coming down to a forward fold. You can go ahead and grab that block, place your left hand on the block. And then you're going to bend your left knee. Keep your right leg straight. And on an inhale, you'll bring that right arm up, like we did when we were in threading the needle. And we're just going to get a little bit more of a stretch on that right side of our body. A little bit of a spinal twist. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together just a little bit. Breathe here. And exhale, bring that right hand down. We'll place that right hand on top of the block. And then we'll go ahead and bend that right knee. Keep the left leg straight. On an inhale, bring that left arm up. Again, nice, big, deep breath in. Full breath out. Continue to breathe here. On an exhale, bring both hands down. Take an inhale, come halfway up for halfway lift. Exhale for forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And then exhale, arms down. Okay. So, let me move the blocks out of the way. We're going to come to a balanced position. I need to get a little drink of water first. So we're going to come to tree. Want everybody to find a focal point and on something in front of you that's not moving. And bring your arms down by your sides. Sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Bring your palms together. And then bring your thumbs down to your heart center. See if you can keep your hands here. And then begin to just shift your weight back and forth. You can begin to feel just the distribution of your weight in both legs. And then find a spot in your right foot where you're feeling all of that weight in your right leg. So up from your foot, your calf, into your thigh, and then hug in that right glute, hug in your core. Just to have a nice little, feel that stability on the right side of your body. And then point your left toes out. So we're going to come into this in a very, very slow manner so that we can play with this balance just a little bit. Begin to bring your left heel up towards your right ankle. Your left toes can remain in the mat. That's a balance, so that's part of coming to tree pose. And if you feel that that's balance enough for you, then go ahead and stay there. You can bring your toes into the mat just a little bit more, bring your heel up, or you can bring your bottom of your foot and press it into your calf. We're not going to come up any further than that at this point. Just find your balance there. And breathe. On your next exhale, point your left knee forward and step your left foot down. And just wiggle your legs out. And it's quite all right to fall out of that pose. If you noticed I did that one time, that just kind of is your body's way of finding what is that balance for you. And some days you're better at balance and other days not so much. So now we're going to switch to the left side. Again, starting from your left foot, find where you feel grounded into the floor. And then begin to tighten that leg from the calf, your thigh, hug in that glute, hug in your core until you feel a nice stability in that left side of your body. And then point your right toes out to the right. And then bring your right heel up toward your left ankle. You can rest it right there. Or you can bring your toes and press them right into the mat. Your heel is just at the bottom part of your calf. Or you can bring the bottom of your right foot, press it into your left calf. And again, just breathe here. next exhale, point that right knee forward and step that right foot down and wiggle out. I will note too that sometimes balance is a little bit easier when you're on a hard surface. If you're on carpet, you're definitely working it a little bit more, trying to keep that balance. So the softer your flooring is, the more difficult balance is. So keep that in mind. Don't beat yourself up. We're going to get to doing more balance each week, and the same pose. We'll just do it over and over again until your body gets more acclimated to it and you get more familiar with it, and try it out on different surfaces. So right here, I've got the mat and I'm on pretty plush carpet, so it's a little soft, I guess you could say. So just play with it. Like I said, balance is a little bit easier when you're on a harder surface. So I'm gonna stand and face the front of the mat again, and inhale, bringing your arms up, and then exhale, do a forward fold, and then an inhale for a halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together for that halfway lift, looking down onto the mat, and then exhale, forward fold, and then plant your hands, step back into plank. So you can come to half plank, or you can stay in full plank. It's entirely up to you. And take an inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Press your pelvis into the mat. Take an inhale, pressing into your hands, coming up to cobra. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and down your back. And then exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, pressing up to downward dog. And then we can do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you this way. You can decide if you want to grab some blocks to do this. It's a little bit easier. We're going to raise our right leg up. Bend our right knee, come up onto our left toes and round our back, and then step your right foot forward. Plant your left foot down, and then come all the way up. I'm going to shift my body this way, either that or I'll have my back to you the entire time, which won't be good. So if you wanted to do that with your blocks, again, bring those down. I'll show you that. You can have those at the medium setting. And we're here in downward dog. The height helps a little bit. You'll raise your right leg, come up on your left toes, bend that right knee, round your back, step your right foot forward, and then step your left foot down at an angle. So then you're over your right leg, that right knee's bent, and come all the way up. So I'm just going to take these blocks, and actually we can leave them here for now. So just want to make sure that your right toes are pointing toward the front of the mat. Your left toes are coming in just a little bit. That right knee, you want to look and see that it's right over your right ankle. I'll move that block so you can see just a little bit more. And then I'm just going to turn my body so I'm facing you. So this is coming into Warrior Two. Arms are up and parallel to the floor. Your gaze will be over your right hand. So that's your Warrior Two. And just find some stillness in this pose. Hold in your belly. Make sure that your right knee is pointing toward your middle toes. So you can take a little bit of time and just kind of look and see where you are with this pose. Again, find some stillness, calm your breath. And we're going to come to reverse warrior. So bring your left hand down onto your left thigh, flip your right palm up toward the ceiling, and then bend back toward your left, gaze up toward the ceiling for reverse warrior. Keeping your legs as they are. Take a few breaths here. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. You're going to come to extended side angle, so bend that right arm. Place the forearm down onto your right thigh. And then we're going to get a full rotation in our shoulder here. So we're going to take that left arm and bring it down in front of us. And then all the way, fingertips are pointing all the way to the right or the front of our mat. Okay, nice long line from fingertips to toes. Bring your left shoulder back just a bit and then look up toward the ceiling. So you're almost got your nose pressing into your shoulder just a little bit, or coming toward your shoulder. Now take an inhale. Bring that arm back down in front, all the way back behind you. Come and stand back up, coming to warrior two. Now we're going to come to triangle pose. This is where we want that block right on the inside of our right foot. So you can place that there. I like it on the high setting to start, especially, if you're a little bit tight in the inner thigh. It's nice. Again, bring your arms up so they're parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Your right knee is now straight, so your right leg is straight, left leg is straight. You're going to bring your hips back toward the back of your mat and slide your fingertips forward. Then you'll tip your body over, rest your right hand on the block, left fingertips are up toward the ceiling. And then gaze is up toward the ceiling. So it's a little bit of a spinal twist, a little bit of an open thigh, inner thigh opener. Find some stillness here. And then on an inhale, you're going to come all the way back up. Bend that right knee. Come forward, arms come back up. And then on an exhale, you're going to plant your hands down onto the mat, or you can plant them onto the blocks. It's entirely up to you. And then step that right foot back. You're going to come to plank, or you can come to half plank. Take an inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower down. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Pelvis is pressed into the mat, tops of feet are pressed into the mat. On an inhale, press into your hands, raising your body up for cobra. Shoulder blades come together and down your back. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. On an inhale, press back into downward dog. Now this is where you can use the blocks if you want. So if you use the blocks, we can come back down just for a moment onto our knees. Press into downward dog. Raise the left leg up. Come up onto the right toes. Bend that left knee, round your back, step that left foot forward. Plant it down, keep that left knee nice and bent. And then step that right foot down and plant it down at an angle. Okay? And then inhale, come up. And I'm going to turn around because, again, if I stay where I'm at, my back will be toward you. So we're here. So again, take a look. Your left knee is directly in line with your ankle. Your right toes are coming in just a little bit. Right leg is nice and straight. And then we're going to turn our bodies facing you. And then arms are up, parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Make sure that that knee is pointing towards your middle toes. Find some stillness here, pull in that core, to get some nice stability in this pose. We'll be here for a few breaths, so just find some stillness here. We're going to come to reverse warrior, so on your next exhale, place your right hand down onto your right thigh, flip your left hand up toward the ceiling, bend over towards your left, towards your right, and then look up toward the ceiling. Keep your legs as they were. Find some stillness here. On an inhale, we're going to come back to warrior two. Arms are parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Come to extended side angle, bend that left arm, place that left forearm down onto that left thigh, and then we're going to get that full motion in our shoulders by bringing your arm down in front of us all the way until our fingertips are pointing toward the front of our mat. Nice long line all the way from fingertips to toes. We're going to bring that right shoulder back just a bit, so our body is actually coming into more of a spinal twist. Look up toward the ceiling. And then on your next exhale, bring that arm back down in front of you. Inhale, arms back behind you. Come back to warrior two. We're going to come to that triangle pose, so we're going to straighten that left leg. Make sure that that block is on the inside of our left foot. Shift our hips back, slide our shoulders forward, tip our body down, resting our left hand on top of that block. Right fingertips up toward the ceiling, look up toward the ceiling. You can inhale, come back up, bend that left knee, turn forward onto your mat, so you're coming back to warrior one. On an exhale, we're going to plant our hands down onto the mat, bring our left foot back, so we're coming back to plank, and then lower our knees down, shift forward into that half plank, exhale, lower all the way down. You can inhale, push up to cobra, and then tuck our toes, press up to downward dog, and then walk our feet forward to meet our hands. Take an inhale for a halfway lift, exhale for a forward fold, inhale, raise your arms all the way up, and then exhale, arms down. Now we're going to bring our arms up parallel to the floor, cross our right arm under our left, bend at the elbows, wrap our arms around each other and coming to eagle to get a little bit more of a stretch in the back of our shoulder blades. If you cannot wrap your hands together, I'm going to sit down so you can probably see my arms a little bit better here. Cannot wrap your arms around each other, you can always place your hands on your shoulders. You'll still get that nice little stretch. And then lift your elbows up so that they're parallel to your shoulders. Then just breathe into the stretch just a little bit. And unwind your arms. Bring them back out to a T. Left arm under right, bend at your elbows. Wrap your arms around each other. Elbows are up to shoulder height. Again, you'll feel that nice stretch in the backs of your shoulder blades. Nice deep breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out. Wrap your arms come out to a T. Then bring your hands down onto your lap. Roll your shoulders out, forward and back just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to get a pretty big stretch on the front of our body. I'm going to move these blocks out of the way. I'm going to come onto our mats on our bellies. And you're going to extend your right arm out. So it's going to come out to a T. Your left arm is just right, your left hand's just right underneath you right now. You're going to roll onto your right side. Bring that left leg back behind you. You'll press into your left hand and you'll notice a pretty big stretch on the left side of your body. And you can rest your head down onto the mat. You can straighten that left leg out behind you. We'll just be here for a little bit. And on your next exhale, roll back onto your belly. Then bring your left arm out to a T. Roll onto the left side of your body. Bring your right leg behind you. Press into your right hand. Let your head rest onto the mat. Get a nice little stretch in the front of that shoulder. On your next exhale, roll back onto your belly. Place both hands underneath your shoulders. Press up into tabletop. Cross your ankles. Come back into a seated position. And then bend your knees. Roll onto your back. Bring your arms down by your sides. On an inhale, press into your feet, raising your hips up off the mat. Bring your arms underneath your back, bringing your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale, raising your belly up, and an exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Begin to bring your arms back down by your sides, letting your shoulder blades come and rest back down onto the mat, and then slowly roll your back down onto the mat. Bring your arms out to a T, shift your hips over to the left. Take an inhale, raising your legs up and drop them over to the right. You can gaze over your left shoulder. Take an inhale, bring your legs back up to center. Shift your hips over to the right. Take an inhale, raising your legs up. Exhale, drop your legs over to the left. Gazes over your right shoulder. Nice deep breath in, full breath out. inhale, bring your knees back to center. Press your feet into the mat to straighten out your back. Grab that strap that's in the big loop and grab the buckle in one hand. And then take one end of the strap and place it under both feet, bringing your knees in towards your chest. And then take the other end and place that behind your head, right above your ears or right at the tops of your ears. And then straighten out your legs. Arms can be down by your sides. Nice big stretch for your body. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And just breathe into this pose, letting your body settle down, letting it relax. On your next exhale, bend your knees, place both hands on the strap. Release the strap from the back of your head, then from your feet, and then stretch your legs all the way out to the mat. Arms are down by your sides, palms facing up. Move your arms away from your body enough so that your shoulders can relax down onto the mat. And take a full breath in and a full breath out. Allow your body to release, relax, lengthen onto the mat. Begin to awaken your body by wiggling your fingers and toes, licking your lips and swallowing. Taking a full inhale, raising your arms up and overhead. Pressing your heels away from you for a nice big inhale. Nice big stretch. And then a full exhale, bending your knees in towards your chest. Giving you a nice big hug. Rocking from side to side if that feels good. And then rolling over to your right side, making a pillow for your head with your right arm. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands on your thighs and closing your eyes. Take an inhale, raising your arms up and overhead, palms meeting. Exhale, blowing all that air out, bringing your thumbs down to your heart center and bowing your head. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you take care of yourself with joy. May you be safe. It is with gratitude that I thank you for sharing your practice today. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope all is well. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye.